Thank you, Madam Chair, and it's a real pleasure to be with you today as ranking member of this subcommittee for our first MilCon hearing together. I look forward to working with you on the important issues within this portfolio. As the chair mentioned, we've been on the Veterans Affairs Committee, the authorizing committee, for many years. We did some great work there. We're doing great work there and gonna do some great things on this committee. I would also like to extend a welcome to our witnesses here today and specifically recognize Vice Admiral Williamson, as this will be his final appearance in front of our subcommittee before retiring after 43 years of service. Congratulations to a truly outstanding career. We do appreciate you very, very much and all you represent. I was pleased to see this year's budget request at $16.7 billion, which is an increase over last year's request of $4.5 billion. While it's a 12% decrease from the fiscal year 2023 enacted level of $19 billion, it's the highest MilCon request seen in many years. Unfortunately, instead of providing more purchasing power, the higher budget is consumed by more expensive projects due to high inflation and large increments. It's worth noting, however, that at least some of these increments are additive to the budget instead of pushing out other projects to stay within a flat top line. As we were tracking large increments on the horizon, the fear was they would start to consume the MilCon program. So I am glad to see that some of the increases have a direct correlation to some of the larger increments. However, as I mentioned before, this means the increase in accommodating existing projects, but it is not necessarily allowing us to increase the number of projects. We are also losing our buying power due to inflation. As we are all aware, the construction market has been heavily hit by inflation and other economic disruptors that are increasing project cost. Unlike the past few requests, whose costs were already outdated by the time we received the budget, this request seems to account for this cost growth, but it came at the cost of other projects. It is clear when comparing last year's plan to this year's request that some projects were sacrificed in order to afford higher price tags on others. That's especially disheartening for a program that is already underfunded and makes up just 2% of the total DoD budget. I'm also still worried about the execution of prior year projects. Even after the congressional increases the past bills have provided to help deal with inflation, there are still many projects remaining with cost disconnects. I think this year's request is a step in the right direction, and I hope that future requests continue to grow. But I also look forward to a time that budget increases outpace the continued cost growth of projects. I look forward to hearing from our witnesses today and continuing the dialogue and work needed for a successful MilCon program. And with that, Madam Chair, I yield back.